Good evening, freeholders. My name is Billy Toth. I live in Plainfield, and I've been on the planning board in Plainfield for 15 years. My remarks are longer than 5 minutes, so I'll be splitting them with Charles Weltner. We are not opposed to methods that reduce the deer population in a reasonable and humane way. We are concerned about the radical changes in the annual deer hunt in Union County as it relates to the Watchung Reservation and also countywide. The past deer hunts have been only 8 days long, as has been discussed here, and they've been, the volunteer hunters were tightly monitored. Useful data was collected on deer age, sex, pregnancy, whether they were antlered or not, the location the deer was shot, whether it was diseased, and no one's ever been hurt in that hunt. Previously, every day gun hunters hunted, they were signed in and signed out, and every shot was logged and accounted for. Every deer that was killed was removed to a processing location where a county employee logged in the information about the deer, the hunter, and the location of the kill. The carcasses were butchered and the meat distributed to a food bank or to the hunter. I think these rules still apply to the shotgun component, but there are different rules for the archery component. It seems authorized crossbow hunters will be allowed to hunt any of the 100 days. They do not check in and check out. They can gut the deer where they fall and bag and remove the guts. The only reporting occurs at the end of the season, not daily. So a deer killed in October will not be counted until February. Even though there's a stated goal of killing 130 deer, there will be no way to know whether this limit has been reached until February. The director of the previous hunt regularly checked to make sure the deer tree stands were at the right height and locations. Deer stands are elevated so a hunter shoots downward, not parallel to the ground, which is much safer for people and animals in the woods. The new crossbow season is a sport hunt, not a tightly controlled deer call. The general description in the 2018-2019 Deer Management Program for Union County specifically states, and I'm quoting, "This program is designed to address a problem of population control. It is not intended to provide sport or recreational opportunities." Is that amusing? The previous program was a deer population management tool. The new archery component is a sport and recreation opportunity. Why do we object to the 100-day bow hunt? It is less safe for humans. With a shotgun, hikers and neighbors hear the gunfire and know that it's going on. No one knows when bow hunting is happening. Hikers and neighbors will stay out of the reservation if they know a hunt is going on. The 100-day hunt, as said previously, is during the fall prime leaf-changing season when the reservation is at its busiest, and the 8 days of shotgun hunting fall in the dead of winter when the reservation is the least crowded. Other reasons we oppose the hunt is that useful data is not gathered, and allowing hunters to field dress their deer has a potential for leaving a gory mess in the woods. But the main reason we oppose the crossbow hunt is that it is far less humane than the shotgun hunt. With a gun, a hunter is more likely to get a clean kill with the first shot. The deer is usually dropped. If he doesn't get a clean kill, he has a second cartridge loaded and gets a second shot. Reloading is quick and easy. If the deer is not dropped on the first shot, it doesn't make it farther than 60 yards.
I'm Charles Weltner, and I live in Plainfield.
Hold on. You're on the spot. Go ahead, go for it.
So this is the continuation of Billy's statement.
You're making your own statements.
It's
for your
my own
allotted
statement.
5 minutes, yep.
Okay. Cross hunting is different. With a crossbow, the hunter aims for the heart, the lungs, or the carotid artery. The arrow does not drop the deer like a shotgun slug does. Once hit, the deer takes off running. If the hunter is a good shot, the deer will bleed out in 50 or 60 yards. If he didn't take a good shot, the deer might run 2 or 3 miles. The bow hunter must then come down from the tree and follow the blood trail to the deer. When he finds the deer, if it's not dead, he has to finish him off. All this time, the deer is suffering and traumatized. If this hunter doesn't find the deer and the deer manages to survive with an arrow sticking out of it, it might live indefinitely. In remote places, coyotes finish off the wounded deer, but we don't have those here. So here you might get a deer living indefinitely with an arrow sticking out of its side until it dies of an infection. All this time it suffers. A wounded deer might run 2 or 3 miles. The reservation is surrounded by homes. Chances are we're going to have deer dying in people's yards or on neighborhood streets. Wounded deer may run out in the road and get hit by cars, and who knows how long the wounded deer will linger and suffer. Sometimes even with the shotgun hunting, the hunter doesn't get a clean kill and the deer takes off running. But with the culling we had in the past, if a wounded deer escaped, the hunters would all alert each other by a phone tree set up for that purpose. All the hunters would help track and kill the wounded deer quickly and efficiently. With this new hunt, no one signs in or signs out. There's no organized day for the hunt to be conducted. A hunter might be the only hunter in the woods that day, so there will be no organized group of hunters to stalk and finish off the wounded deer. Sometimes a hunter might not stalk the wounded deer long enough. This is true with both archery and firearms. Sometimes the wounded deer just get away, but when you fire a gun, everybody hears it. Shotgun hunters have to account for every shot fired. Archery hunting is silent. There is no accounting for arrow shots. So if an archer merely wounds a deer, no one knows he's even fired the shot. There is less impetus to stalk the wounded deer until it's found. No one else will be notified, so no one will know that there's a wounded deer at large. Because of the stalking element often required in bow hunting, it is a lot harder to kill deer bow hunting. One hunter told me that half of the deer that shot get away with an arrow. One hunter told me that half of the deer that get shot with an arrow get lost, meaning they are off with an arrow in their sides. Having 100 days of deer hunting is a long time for the deer themselves. These are sentient animals. They travel in family groups. They know each other. They are aware when a member of the group is lost. And if we have to kill them, let's kill them and get it over with, and in days, not months. Let's not make a sport of it. Why do hunters want to bow hunt? Because the bow hunt season starts before the shotgun season. That means that a bow hunter can get the big trophy deer, the big bucks with the antlers. By the time the shotgun season rolls around, all the trophy deer may be gone. Bow hunting is unnecessarily cruel. Bow hunting is not a deer population maintenance program. It's a sport. Given that Watchung Reservation has thousands of visitors and users, especially in the autumn, and given that totally surrounded by homes and neighborhood streets, bow hunting is not appropriate there. Recreational hunting is not appropriate for this heavily visited reservation, one of the most densely populated counties in the nation. We ask that the board reconsider the decision to allow bow hunting in the Watchung Reservation. We ask the board to reconsider the decision to extend the hunt from 8 to 100 days. We ask these things not only for the Watchung Reservation, but for the whole of Union County Deer Management Program. Thank you.
Thank you.